Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today's video is a video that should not have to be made, but unfortunately, Nintendo is run by troglodytes, so we're making it. The Smash World Tour has been shut down within 2 weeks' notice of the event actually happening. The grand finale with hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line, people being flown out through all around the world, qualifying through tournaments that they've traveled across countries, the entire world for, they just shut it down. And it's unreal. So, the Smash World Tour is run by VGBC, who is also struggling extremely now because of this. It is run by VGBC, and it was a circuit that was just like across the world, a bunch of tournaments, like hundreds of tournaments being run across it, a bunch of qualifiers, silver events, gold events, platinums, all that stuff. Bunch of pot in it, a bunch of money, pot by money. Like a ton of money just for players. Like, this is money in the scene that the scene kind of needs. Smash is not, it's a huge esport that has like no backing, no money, because it is mainly grassroots, because it doesn't have any of that support by Nintendo. And now like Super doesn't have that support. And it got canceled. They had permissions because what Nintendo apparently was trying to do at the start of the year, especially when they signed with the Panda Cup, is they said, okay, we are going to be giving out these licenses so you are able to sign with us. You're able to get these contracts so you can run these official circuits. Great, that's awesome. I don't really like the idea of that because then it just gives Nintendo control that I don't really want them to have, to be honest. I think a lot of people agree. But Smash World Tour is already a thing. They said, no, you're good to run this. This is absolutely acceptable. They had representatives from a Nintendo legal team say they had to go ahead up until just randomly November, that fateful day before Thanksgiving. They just said, yeah, it's not happening. You have to shut it down. And the 2023 Nintendo Cup, or the Smash World Tour circuit, is also shut down, which is just so disheartening. It just sucks. The amount of people that are losing opportunities from this is unreal. All the international players that were like getting a huge chance for this, they just get screwed over. Yoshidora, Ferps, like people that don't, a bunch of other people that don't travel a ton, like Strix, J Dizzle, people that don't get a chance to like pursue Smash in America because it's not like a thing you can just do. They qualified for all these tournaments. They worked hard this entire year, and they just don't get it. Among a bunch of American players, basically everyone in that top 30 just got screwed over. But the people that got screwed over the most is, of course, VGBC, because they are losing lots of money. A lot of money. So, the TLDR of this is they're unfortunately not going to be able to run Double Down or Glitch Duel of Fate at the start of the year, which is, really just sucks. Those are two massive tournaments that were going to happen, and it's a huge revenue stream just lost for them. Smash World Tour is like probably where they're going to be making a majority of their money at the end of the year. Like, everything was leading up to Smash World Tour. It was a massive event. It had a bunch of sponsors, a ton of lead up, a bunch of entrants in it. It was going to have a lot of eyes on Twitch, YouTube, all that kind of stuff as well. So they're going to be making a pretty decent amount of it. And now they just aren't. Now they just can't do that. They're going to be losing all that money. You're losing all those sponsors. You don't, the event's canceled, you don't get any of that money. Instead of getting a profit, you just lose everything because you have to, probably book the venue in advance. You probably have to put down a deposit for it. Maybe it's already entirely paid. You're probably going to have to reimburse some of those players, that hotel stuff, all of that. People are going to drop out. VGBC is in a lot of hurt right now. A lot of hurt. And it's uncertain if they can recover from this. They made a statement on Twitter. I highly recommend, the 3 statements I would read is Aiden Calvin's. It's pretty short. This one, the Smash Tour, this one's very long, but there is a lot of important stuff in here. And this VGBC one is, at least if you want, the skinny of it, probably the one that you should read the most, because the VGBC one is just yeah, we are getting screwed over here. This is really bad. Just really, really bad for the community. I don't know what the future for it holds. But on the bright side, we have the Panda Cup, which is run by Nintendo. But also on the bright side, we don't really have that because of this tweet by LD. I think he is a main TO for Beyond the Summit. He might even run the whole thing. I'm not actually super sure. But he says, Alan spent several months basically running a protection racket telling TOs, including BTS, it'd be a shame if your event got shut down for being unlicensed. In an effort to scare them into signing onto the Panda Cup, BTS will absolutely never participate in a circuit led by Alan. Alan is the CEO of Panda, by the way, if you don't know. So it just seems like they were trying to strong-arm people into the Panda Cup, which is obviously a bad thing. That is never what you want for your grassroots scene. And now these events are just getting canceled. What does it hold for the future of BGBC? I mean, we already talked about that, but it doesn't look great. I imagine they should be able to bounce back, but maybe they just get struck down by Nintendo again. You don't know. It just makes it so uncertain for people, for players. These are some people's jobs, and it's just very, very sad. And then BTS Smash as well, same thing. They luckily like aren't getting striked as hard because they weren't really in Smash World Tour that much, and they don't have to bear that burden. But like they're now in jeopardy of any event. Like main stage could just get canceled tomorrow, and there isn't much you can do about that. Like that's the scariest part. Nintendo can just decide, yep, we're just canceling it. And Alan, the CEO again of Panda, hasn't made a statement as far as I know, aside from the fact that he said he did like Peach in the new Mario movie, which is good to know. At least we have that basis, so that's an important thing to regard. But it's just like, what? What is this situation? This has been almost unarguably the best year Smash has ever had. We had these two circuits. We've had a bunch of massive invitational, huge balls, bunch of amazing tournaments. Viewership's been at an all-time high for both alt and melee. Like this hurts both events or both communities severely. And now it's just like, what does the future hold? Because it's very dire. Also, something I want to say about Panda Cup now, because I guess we'll talk about that. I wouldn't give hate, actually don't give hate to any of the people on Panda, other than maybe the higher-ups, which, like, they have that control, maybe. I do want to wait for a statement from Alan before I'm, like, give the full go-ahead, because hate is basically always unacceptable, but you can be, like, a little, I don't know, maybe see a mean thing or two. I'm just kidding. Please don't hate, it's never good. Especially, again, to, like, people like, I don't know, TK, Coney, Mars, Wadi, Esam, Vicky Kitty, like, all like people that are just working at Nintendo or Panda. They're just employees. They're like contracted there. They're players. They're like talent. Like they have nothing to do with this. It is absolutely just not okay to give them any hate because it's not their fault. They literally have no decisions. And also players attending the Panda Cup, because now there is a thing to boycott the Panda Cup. And listen, I'm not saying you should. I'm just saying it would be funny if no one went. And a lot of top players are going to be dropping out of the Panda Cup, which is, again, it sucks because this is a massive circuit, and now it's with these, like, just terrible, like, connotations. Like, it's just going to be a terrible vibe. I know I personally won't be covering it, which is sad to say, but that's not happening. And then there is going to be people still attending the Panda Cup, rather. Please don't give those players hate, obviously, because this is a job for a lot of them. They kind of need that money. Like, Smash World Tour was a major money thing, and now you're not going to get that. Well, Panda Cup is also a major opportunity to make money, to get your name out there, your brand, all that good stuff. A lot of people will still be attending it. Please do not give hate to any of these players. Obviously, it's their job. It's a decision. It sucks, but it's just, it is what it is. What do you do now? Like, what's the Smash scene to do now? I mean, the first step is VGBC, support any way you can. Like, that should be your main intention right now, because helping people that need the support is just way better use of your time than hating people that obviously don't care. Like, Nintendo, like, tweeting at Nintendo isn't going to do it. Well, it might, actually, you can, like, tweet a classy little Nintendo tweet, like, maybe it convinces them. I highly doubt it, but, like, hating just specific people, it never really gets much done. I'm hoping a statement will come up by Alan soon. Like, if, by the way, everything will be in the description, like links, articles that I think are important to this. There's a couple funny tweets as well, which I will also be linking, especially one by Siski. Go find that tweet. It's in the description. It's very funny. But I am going to wait for a statement before it's like the fully, like, okay, boycott Panda, this is screwed over, because it also might be a thing of like, okay, Alan got strong-armed into it. Like, he wants to save the scene, wants the best, because he knows events are going to get shut down by the circuit, and maybe he just worded it poorly. But as it seems right now, we only have one side, but as it seems, it just seems like they're trying to monopolize this very local grassroots scene, and that is just very depressing, very upsetting. I don't know what the future for the Smash scene holds. I don't really know what's going on. We will keep updating, like, the description below, comments, all that stuff. Just support the people that you can support. Stay positive, and I guess the main takeaway would be, fuck Nintendo.